How you doing, friends? Thank you for joining us today. Your host, Victor Sanchez with Western Technical College in another series in our YouTube channel. This time we're going to learn a lot about our business program and especially the topic income taxes and how they relate with the COVID-19. We're going to go over the stimulus package, whether you're getting your money or not. And we have a very special guest. She's been teaching at Western Tech for a while, of course, as part of our Bachelor of Business Administration. Let's get on it. Her name is Miss Maria Nunez, and I'm gonna bring her on here. We're doing this live via Zoom. How you doing, Maria? Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Well, as you know, working from home, I already lost count of how many days I've been at home already. Thank you so much for setting up some time to talk to us about another aspect of how COVID-19 has impacted us. In this case, would be regarding in the business world. But before we go into all this craziness, I want to ask you, how is it that you are doing, you and your family?
We're doing fine. I have a big family, so there's a lot of us here in my house, but we're doing fine. At the beginning, one of the things that I struggled with was the internet, but I went ahead and I upgraded Spectrum since we're so many of us that, we're all in electronics, but we're doing good with that now.
Tell us about your background in business, your professional background, Maria.
Yes, well, I started at my early 20s doing just a building clerk position. And even though I was going for math, I really liked business. So that made me change my degree from math to accounting. And I went ahead and I obtained my bachelor's degree. I pursued my master's for accounting right after. I took a break from school, and in about 3 or 4 years after that, I went ahead and I pursued a master's in math. And that master's in math was actually my opening door for Western Tech. I started in September of 2012, and I started as a math teacher in the EET and ISS program, HVAC, auto, diesel. I was doing the basic math. So with the business program, I started in September of 2015. So I guess September is my month for Western Tech. Yeah. And ever since, I've been there for the associates and now to the bachelor's program.
Wow, so you've been with Western Tech for quite a while. Why is it that you decided to go into the business degree? You said math first and then continue with all these business opportunities in higher education. Why?
You know what? I really liked what I was doing. At that company that I was working for, they promoted me quickly. Even before I finished my bachelor's, I was already a manager and I in the accounting department, and I got really nice, or you can say, opportunities to where I expanded my knowledge. My boss, she was my mentor, which is something that's very important. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons also how I started my tax business is one time at that office, we were talking about taxes, and I had told them the refund that I had gotten, and my sister's boss said, "You know what, you're getting too little. Are you sure that's right?" And I said, "Well, I went to a professional, they prepared my taxes, and that's what they gave me." So she asked me to, she was going to revise my form. She did, found some errors, and was able to get me back some money. So she told me, "You can amend up to 3 years. So why don't you do the other two? I'll check it." Because she basically told me, "You have to learn how to do it, And I was like, "Okay, I'll learn." And that's how I started. So I started doing my own taxes, and people started asking me to check out their taxes. So I would, family, friends, and all of a sudden, I saw a clientele of over 100. So I told my husband, "You know what, we need to move out of the house for the business. We have to, we've outgrown." So basically, that's how my business started.
Tell us about it. What is the name of your business?
It's named Intra Tax Services, and we're on Montwood, like near Montwood and Joe Battle, kind of towards GCU in the GCU Plaza.
Okay. And by the way, that information is going to be appearing on a link here on our YouTube channel. So you can check that out as well. great opportunity for someone like you that started in a company, then continue with your higher education, saw another opportunity, united both, and now you have your own business and you continue to work as a professional
Mhm.
with Western Tech. How long have you had your business?
Well, I think I registered it back in 2005, but in my Montwood location, I've been there since 2011,
Wow,
January of 2011. So
many,
it's
many
been there.
years in business
Hmm.
already. What have been
Yes.
some of the challenges for you regarding when you started? And then if you could fast forward right now with the COVID-19.
Okay, well, when we started, obviously starting from scratch is making sure we make the rent and, furniture and making sure that, you get customers. So I would pay for a lot of advertising. And honestly, what helped me the most was word of mouth. Um, one of the things that we do at my office is we not only concentrate on taxes, but we also help with accounting. Some of my clients that I have actually, when I opened up my office in Montwood in 2011, all I had was my tax business that I was bringing up that was probably going to cover the rent for the year. Well, in March, I made a customer who her husband had started an oil field company. So I started doing an invoice for her. She was like, "How much are you going to charge me?" And I go, "For an invoice?" I go, "I feel bad even charging $10. It's just one invoice." And so that's how I started with that customer. And right now, she's one of my highest paying customers because now I do her overall accounting. Her office is in my office. My personnel does her work. So it's just, that's how my business started growing. And obviously in tax season, where we do taxes, and I've done other companies where I do payroll and I do other accounting services. So I kind of just do, depending on what the customer needs, I serve the needs that they ask that we can provide.
So it's been growing a lot with a lot of
Mhm.
opportunities.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure challenges too. And now
yes.
within the COVID-19, what is it that you're experiencing? Are you still working or are you working now from home helping your clients?
Yes, I'm working from home, just like for Western Tech. So basically, what I did is I put up a sign in my building. I have my office numbers transferred to my cell phone, and I have my email address to where they can email me documents or they can send me text documents. In my website, they can also send me messages if they want to contact me. So basically, I've been working with my clients. Some of my clients are cheapless where they have to be in front of me and they want to show me papers. So for those, we're waiting for when I'm able to open the office again. But there's some that have sent me the documents and I've done them from home and I've emailed them their information.
Right. And cheapless, if you don't know what that is, they're spoiled. They just want to see
Yeah, my
her.
spoiled
They,
client.
yes, exactly. Your story, how it relates to the students that go to Western Tech. And, in addition, of course, we offer the great Bachelor of Business Administration. If you're interested, we're going to have the links for you here. This is a great opportunity. But, Maria, what classes do you teach right now at Western Tech currently that are part of the Bachelor of Business Administration?
Well, I'm teaching the accounting one, accounting two, payroll, QuickBooks, taxation, business finance, statistics. Of course, also going to the math,
Uh,
algebra. And one
Wait,
of the
wait,
things
wait,
that,
wait, wait. Repeat again, because that's a lot of classes. Once
yes,
again.
I do the accounting one, accounting two, payroll, statistics. I do business finance, taxation, social math, algebra. And what one of the things that I like to do in my classes is I like to interact and give them real world experiences.
Hmm.
So my students will always hear my stories from from here to there of
From back in the day.
situations. Yes, uh-huh. So we could probably ask some of my students, but I usually try to make it different learning, but at the same time tell them, hey, it's a real world. You're doing this here in the classroom, but out there, this is what you have to do.
And I think for those of you that are interested in a career like this one, man, we all need to know about business. Even if you're not going for that career, but right now especially, we gotta understand what's going on and how is it that it's gonna affect us. So if you want, let's jump into the tax section. Um,
Okay.
what are some of the important facts we need to know when doing taxes, Maria? What do you recommend someone that is starting to complete their taxes, or they want to do it on their own, or they want to look for companies like your company?
Well, I guess they gotta make sure that whomever they hire, that they are up to date with the laws, and that they will be doing the work correctly. I mean, obviously everybody, we can't say there's 100%, but there could be an error. There's always amendment returns that can be done, but you have to make sure that you are hiring somebody that will get the work done, completed.
Great. One of the main things that are it's happening right now is the date, and we know that changed, right?
Yes, usually our date for this year was supposed to be a deadline of April 15th, but because of the COVID-19, the IRS extended not only to submit returns and payments, but
Mm,
it has been extended to July 15th.
okay. So it's no longer April 15. You don't have to worry right now. You still have time to submit it by July
Yes.
15, right? How about those individuals that are always asking for or had to ask for an extension?
Mhm. Well, the thing is, the extension will still apply, but it's going to apply from July 15th to, let's say, September 15th for corporations and partnerships, and then October 15th for, I believe it's the S corps and the 1040s.
Okay. So they also got a little bit of an extension on that. Um,
Yes, but the thing is that usually the extension is 6 months. But because of the COVID-19, since they extended the date, they're only giving that extra extension for 3 more months.
okay. So if you want to show us, I know that you wanted to show us on the screen the irs.gov website. What is it that we need to do if we want to look into information about income taxes?
Okay, let me go in there.
Sure. Thank you.
So here is the IRS website. If you are getting a refund, maybe you haven't gotten your refund, one of the places that you can go is just go to irs.gov
Okay.
and you can go to refunds. You could check where's my refund. Now, a lot of people, not a lot, but some people may have had reduced refunds if they owed money to child support, student loans, or maybe just a contract where they were to draft the returns. So what that means is they're getting a reduced refund. This is something that is new that other years we didn't have.
Mm,
If there needs to be a correction, we also have that. That's something new in the website. So this is for just the current information of taxes.
okay.
Some people that did their taxes when the COVID-19 hit have still not received their refund, and all it says in the system is it's processing. So they're saying one of the things that I've heard is that if we're sending in papers, mailed returns, they're gonna take a lot longer because those are not being processed right now. So right now, one of the best things to do is to make sure that you e-file that return so it can get processed quicker.
So the recommendation is to e-file it either with a company like yourself or going online, do an
Mhm.
e-file, because if you do it with the paper, it's going to take longer.
It is because they already have paper from, I don't know when they started. Imagine what numbers they've had receive of paperwork. So
Okay.
it's going to take a while for that to be processed.
What about what it says right there that I say get coronavirus tax relief? Is
This
that where
is,
we find out about our coronavirus check or?
yes, actually that one is important because this is where you're going to see if you haven't received your stimulus check and you want to find out, this is where you can go in to check your status. So we'll go here to check your payment status under
And Maria,
economic.
but this is, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is only for people that completed the taxes this year, right? They won't get coronavirus tax or money if they didn't do their taxes this year, right?
Well, the system is saying 2018 or 19, but some of my 2018 clients that have not done the 2019, they're showing as not enough information. So in my opinion, if that comes out and you have not done your 2019, my suggestions would be go ahead and do your 2019 to see if that changes.
Oh, okay. So it is for up to 2018. If people completed their taxes in 2018, and let's say they haven't done the 2019, they could still get their COVID-19 check.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah, and there's some people that pay and or they just receive a check, regular return, so they really have not put in their bank information. So IRS doesn't have that. So this is where to go so you can put in your bank information, or maybe you switch bank accounts. So this is where you can update that information.
Great. So go ahead. You were going to show us economic impact payments. You click in there and then?
Then you're going to go to the blue button that says Get My Payment. And right here, you can see where it says the 2019 and the 2018 filers, what you
I
need.
see.
So if you're going to go into the website, you need to have in handy your adjusted gross income and either the amount you had to pay or the refund amount. Because if you go further, those are questions that it's going to ask you in order for you to put your bank information. So I'm going to go ahead and bring mine up. I've already put in my information, so I'm not going to be able to show you the whole process, but at least you can see an outcome. And this is a government system, so it is going to ask you this question. You have to press OK. So you go ahead and you put in your social security number,
Okay.
your date of birth, then your street address, and your zip code. And then you press the Get My Payment. I didn't take, let's see. And since I've already put in my information,
Right.
it did tell me that I was eligible for the payment. So once they have the payment date, they will update this page. In my case, I haven't received my stimulus yet. I did put in my bank information last week. I think it's been about Tuesday will be a week. So at least from when you put your information, it's not from one day to the next that you're going to get it. So that's as much as information as I'm going to get until, you know, it's updated with other information.
Right. Well, thank you for showing us that. And this is where it's so important for us to, or any individual, that if you don't know how to do it, recommend a company like the one Maria Nunez has, for where she's a professional and she will take care of all the information. That's the reason why you're obtaining those services. What if someone doesn't do direct deposit? How do they get the money?
Same way, right there, they would go to the Get Coronavirus Tax Relief and do what I just did, is put in their information, and that's how they can add their bank account or change their address.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that they must have a bank account for them to get the money, or will the
No, they'll get
government
a
clean out
check.
that too as well?
The thing is that you're saying that the checks could take up to September. So if they
Ooh.
want their money faster, it's better for them to go in there and put a bank account.
Right. Okay, it makes sense. So you already showed us whether you qualify for a check here on the irs.gov, which is the website from the IRS. Take a look at that, irs.gov. There are many websites out there. And let's talk a little bit about that fraud, Maria. How important it is to know, if you're going to do it on your own, to go to the actual website, right?
Yes, there's a lot of people out there that are trying to get people's social security numbers, information, bank information. Don't give any information to nobody. Make sure that it is the IRS website. There's websites that can have similar acronyms, but make sure that you are in this one, that it says irs.gov, and that's the only place that I would recommend. I would not go to another website to do it. Actually, people who receive SSI and do not file income tax because they don't qualify, those are one of the first people that receive their money to their SSI account. So those automatically qualified for the stimulus.
How much I qualify for?
Well, right now what they've told us is going to be 1,200 per adult. The income limit is 75,000. And for married jointly or couple that is married, it's 1,200 per person. So that's 2,400 for a married couple. And then they're giving out $500 for dependents. Now, the important thing to understand about dependents is that they have to be 16 and under in order to qualify for that stimulus amount. If they're 17 and over, they will not get the $500 if they were claimed by a dependent.
Oh, I understand. So if you're single and you're earning less than $75,000, you get $1,200. If you're married, up to 150,000 combined, then the married couple will get $2,400, and then
Mhm.
obviously for the dependents, $500. But what is the additional information on the dependents that you were saying?
That if they're 17 years and older, they do not qualify for the $500 stimulus.
Do I have to pay that COVID-19 stimulus money back to the government?
The answer is no. You will not have to pay it back, and it will not be reducing your refund for next year. If you're making about the same income, you should be taxed around the same. Of course, if you get higher income, but it will not depend on the stimulus. The stimulus will not be taxable.
Wow, that's great.
Mhm.
So there you go. I know that question was coming a lot. Some of the students were asking before, and there you go. You don't have to pay that back. It's not going to be taxable, neither. Talking about the small businesses, Maria, um, what is it that the small business owners should know regarding some of the help that's out there due to the COVID-19?
There is a website that I recommend. It is the SBA.gov website. And the reason that I recommend it is they explain the help that the government is giving the companies. There are some loans that are available. Unfortunately, some have already exhausted, but maybe they might open them again. So, if somebody has not applied for help, I strongly would recommend that they fill out an application, because that help will be for payroll, for rent, for utilities, and they might have some of that, if not all, forgiven.
Can you show us that website and maybe what information we have there?
Again, that would be the SBA.gov. And right here, you see a big yellow line where it says COVID-19. And this is where you click for, for the loans or the information. And
Mhm.
it provides you a lot of information, but let me scroll down um, to the information. It's right here.
Okay.
And these are the fundings that are available. The ones right now, the Paycheck Protection Program, if you log into this website, you'll be able to download an application. Now, the application is not done through the SBA, but it's done through the bank. So if a business owner banks with Wells Fargo, with Chase, with a credit union, with Bank of America, they are encouraged to apply for this loan right here through their bank. Some of the banks have exhausted their funds, but some have not. Now, I've helped several of my clients with this, and I can tell you that I'm a little familiar with some of the banks, and you just have to make sure that you apply. If you had a business account that was before February 15th, that bank will help you. But if you opened it after, they might have a little bit of a hard time with that one. And with this one is if they use it for, again, like I mentioned, payroll, rent, and utilities,
Mhm.
up to 75%, they might be able to have that loan forgiven. If they don't have it forgiven, the rate is going to be very low. So that is something that can help so that people are not unemployed and they can get, still their paychecks, can get running or working from home like we are. The other loan that was very important is the disaster loan. This one, they could give you, like it says here, up to 10,000 advance. And right now, this is the one that's been exhausted. I'm hoping that it opens up again. So if somebody was not able to apply for this disaster loan, I encourage you to continue looking. Hopefully it will open up. It doesn't ask you for a lot of information about gross revenues from last year and cost of goods sold and personal information from the business and the owner. And basically, it's a loan that it might be a stipend that you don't have to pay back.
Mm.
Let's say that those loans are not there anymore at all, then there's other loans that the SBA might be able to help through an approval of a credit that can also help the small businesses so they can continue, operating. So I strongly recommend, if you're a business owner and you haven't done this, you should do it. You're a sole proprietor. Even sole proprietors qualify for this. It's just that, we just need to, and if they need help, I'd be glad to guide them. It's not a hard process. The information that they ask is simple, And again, but some people are scared to fill out these forms. If I can help, if somebody were to need help, but I strongly recommend businesses to look into this, because this is right now an opportunity that we can see on this COVID-19, that we can help, our small business owners so they can continue to operate and until we get out of this COVID-19 situation.
Right. And once again, this is information that it's updated on every day, sometimes every 2 to 3 days.
Well, I just say hang in there, take it day by day, and don't, if you feel depressed, just be active. For example, in the morning, I get up, I work out, I prepare for my classes. I take it like if it's a regular day, even though I don't step out of my house, I'm
Mhm.
still, working 8 to 10 hours. And I recommend that you keep yourself busy. Don't concentrate on the negative things. We have to be careful. We have to take care of ourselves. But at the same time, we have to survive this. So I would just say stay strong, stay healthy, be safe, follow the regulations that our government is putting on staying home safe. And just, soon we will probably be able to go out of our houses, and maybe it'll be a little bit different, but at least that, we'll be able to breathe out some air than just staying inside our house.
Absolutely. Thank you again for giving us your time and all this important information about the income taxes, the returns, the IRS.gov website, how this has impacted us, the stimulus payment, where to go, what to check, and also great information for our local business owners here in El Paso. And this is for all local business owners in the United States as well. And for all of you, you already have it. Maybe you are interested in a career like this. And Western Tech does have that opportunity. It's a Bachelor's of Business Administration. Please stay safe, stay healthy, follow the guidelines. Until next time, here with your friends from Western Technical College. See you soon.